Mary Ellen Taylor, Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. The first thing I'd like to address is I'm a little bit concerned in some of the advocacy I'm trying to do. People say that perhaps I'm not kind enough. I'm not putting people in the proper light. Let me explain to you that 54 million disabled individuals in this country don't even have the right to have the same job as people in this room, nor their caregivers. And I traveled 14 and a half hours to go to a senator's office with another individual in another state. Just the other day, telling stories of how the caregiver gets beaten up unmercifully for being an advocate. And that is sad, and it violates the American with Disabilities Act. And a way for this county to strongly support the disabled is to stop the raiding of their assets in our courts. A power of attorney and a healthcare proxy which is what everyone puts in place in the time for their communication of incapacitation or medical emergency. And our courts are removing those powers without cause to tunnel in guardianships and funnel money that should be for the disabled and their families or the elderly. And like I told my husband on the way over, in a blink of an eye, you're on a tricycle, you're 21, you're 45, you're 65, you had a stroke. And your power of attorney and healthcare proxy is going to be thrown in the garbage. In the blink of an eye, you're speeding down the road, and you're in a car accident, and you're 23 years old. And no one's going to listen to what you have to say. They're just going to take your money. We are asking for the support of the freeholders, and I will send the presentation that we presented to get us to our United States senators in this grand state, and to our New Jersey senators and legislators to present how the disabled can help the American public and the County of Union save a lot of money with health care, a lot of money with fraud and abuse in disability services. The disabled don't want to be labeled as taking money. They want to be labeled as being responsible adults, responsible children that are acknowledged that they're part of the community. And I asked Mr. Sullivan, and it's Mr. Sullivan because freeholder I don't think applies tonight, asking me not to be able to communicate back and forth. I think as my freeholder you should allow me that communication. I asked Mr. Sullivan that you allow people to communicate about this in a professional manner. I asked when I'm at Music Fest saying, where is the handicap area of this? That your communications people don't get in my face, start talking about other things that are irrelevant, and basically saying what you're talking about is not important. It's very important to 54 million Americans. It's very important to the 75 million baby boomers that will be elderly next year, on top of the already 45. But we can help reduce healthcare costs. We need the courts to stop raiding our money. And it's an ADA violation when somebody, a caregiver or a guardian or whatever, goes into the courts and asks for accommodations and they don't want to hear about it. And that is very sad. The disabled community is the key to the kingdom in reducing a lot of misspent money in this county, in this great state for the disabled. Mr. Guzzo was kind enough to try to help us with transportation, and it became a roadblock. New Jersey Transit doesn't want to help because we're 3/4 of a mile out of their way. This Berkeley Heights Senior Citizen bus says they don't want disabled on their bus. Yet, I've been told that that bus is underutilized. And then there's the buses running the children that are 4 miles away from where my husband needs to go. How inefficient is that when you have 3 children on a bus that holds 20? I asked that the county get together with other counties and across the state and with Governor Christie, because I don't agree with it either side, Democrat or Republican on this. I think people need to come to the table, they need to be adults, stop calling each other names, and sit down and say, it's not a Republican issue, it's not a Democratic issue. We need to be more efficient in our government. We need to stop the party calling, the bashing of each other, and trying to make each other look like idiots. None of us are idiots. And I will send the presentation and I will report at the next meeting if you have helped me get into my senators' offices. We have a good platform and we thank you for the time, and I thank you for not interrupting.
Thank you. Very quickly, I just wanted to express my extreme disappointment with a gentleman named Sebastian. I believe he's the public relations person for Union County. He was very disrespectful towards my wife, Mary Ellen, during the Music Fest. He was asking questions of her to try and get her involved and to try and make some statements that would reflect negatively on Tina's character, and she, to my wife's credit, she refused to stoop to his level. Also, Sebastian, please understand that my wife is a very courageous and effective advocate for the disabled and the elderly of the United States. It's close to a 200 million population of this country, and you need to treat her with more respect and understand that the issues that she's dealing with are national, and they're very prominent in the minds of the United States federal senators. And please, treat her with more respect. Thank you. That's it.
Sebastian D'Elia's salary is $111,420, and he has staff. And this is what he does. He harasses people in public, at public meetings, in public, at public concerts. So I just wanted to add that. Anybody else have anything to add? Thank you for watching Union County Government with us.